Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something we pretty much all do, snacking. But listen, this isn't about feeling guilty or telling you what not to eat. Nope. This is about reimagining that afternoon craving, turning it from just mindless munching into actual mindful fuel. So let's start with a scene that's probably a little too familiar. Come on, you know the feeling. 1 minute, you're just opening the bag for a couple of chips. The next thing you know, your fingers are hitting the bottom, and you're just staring at crumbs, thinking, wait, what just happened? It's that classic autopilot eating moment. And that feeling, that can't stop at one thing, it is absolutely real. It's not a lack of willpower. Food scientists have a name for it. They call it the bliss point. It's this perfect, scientifically engineered combo of salt, fat, and sugar that's literally designed to bypass your brain's, hey, I'm full signal. It's made to make you want more. And here's the tricky part. This temptation is everywhere. Seriously, the office break room, the checkout line at the grocery store, even the pharmacy. Our whole environment is kind of set up to push us towards grabbing these super processed, not so great snacks. So how in the world do we fight back? Well, first, we gotta understand the trap itself. It's a totally modern problem, right? It's fueled by convenience, by some really clever marketing, and it usually leaves us feeling kind of sluggish and just unsatisfied. So, the secret to changing any habit, and I mean any habit, is just knowing why you do it. This is where we flip the script. We stop being a victim of our cravings and we become a detective, figuring out what's really going on. And look, there's a simple 4-step game plan that can get us there. It moves us towards what some people call enlightened snacking. And it all kicks off by asking one really simple but really powerful question. This is it. This is the whole key. Just pause for 1 second. Before your hand goes into that bag or that box, just get a little curious and ask yourself, what's really driving this right now? For instance, is it a really slow afternoon at work? You feeling a little disconnected, a little lonely maybe? So often we're just reaching for food to fill an emotional space, or honestly just to give ourselves something to do. And this one is wild. It happens all the time. Your body is sending out a signal for water, but your brain gets its wires crossed and interprets it as a signal for food. A glass of water might actually be all you need. And let's be real, sometimes we're just stressed. We're looking for a little hit of comfort. Snacking can feel like a warm hug, a way to calm down or just avoid dealing with anxiety or another strong emotion. Once you know what your triggers are, you can start to outsmart them. Okay, so we've done our detective work. Now it's time to build a plan. You know, the best way to beat a craving is to be ready before it even shows up. And that battle? It's usually won or lost in the supermarket aisle. Okay, let's take the classic chip. The difference between fried and baked isn't small, it's huge. Frying just soaks the food in oil, which jacks up the calories and unhealthy fats. But baking, it uses dry heat. That keeps calories way down and actually helps hold on to more of the food's natural nutrients. It's such a simple swap, but the impact is massive. So instead of those greasy fried chips, how about some air-popped popcorn? You still get that amazing salty crunch that you're craving, but with a ton more fiber and way fewer calories. It's a perfect high-volume snack. You get to eat a lot of it. Got a sweet tooth? I hear ya. But that muffin from the coffee shop? It's basically a sugar bomb in disguise. Instead, a slice of banana bread you made at home, or even just a little square of good dark chocolate, can totally hit the spot while giving you some actual benefits, like antioxidants. But making smart swaps is only half the story. We also have to become detectives when we're reading food labels, because some of the stuff hiding in the ingredients list is pretty shocking. And this next number is really going to drive that home. You've heard that right. According to the Environmental Working Group, there's this loophole called generally recognized as safe, or GRAS. And it means that for almost 99% of new chemicals added to our food, it's the companies themselves, not the FDA, who decide if they're safe. That pretty much puts all the responsibility on us to check what we're eating. So here are a few of the big offenders to keep an eye out for. Just scan this list for a sec. Take something like potassium bromate. You'll find it in a lot of packaged breads and baked goods because it makes the dough better, but it's also been linked to some really serious health issues. Just knowing a couple of these names can make you a much smarter shopper. All right, enough with the warnings and the scary stuff. Let's get to the fun part. Building a new snacking habit is not about deprivation. It's about stocking your kitchen with an arsenal of delicious, powerful, and super easy options. The whole goal here is to completely redefine what the word snack even means to you.
Instead of picturing something that comes in a crinkly plastic bag, think about vibrant whole foods like these. A handful of almonds, some fresh berries, maybe a couple of dried apricots. This is what real fuel looks like.
And here is a pro tip from the experts. The perfect snack has a secret formula. It's a combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Something like veggie sticks and hummus absolutely nails it. And that combo is so important for keeping your blood sugar stable, which means you avoid that awful afternoon energy crash, and you stay sharp. And if you need some inspiration, here are some awesome real-world ideas that actual snackers on Reddit shared. I love these. Air-popped popcorn with a little chili powder for a spicy kick, crispy roasted chickpeas, and how amazing does cucumber with everything bagel seasoning sound? Simple, so satisfying, and way better for you. So, you see, this is about so much more than just swapping chips for carrots. It's about shifting your entire mindset. It's about moving from mindless to mindful. It's about being intentional. And I really want to end on this because it might be the most important part of all. This is not about being perfect. Some days you're going to eat the chips, and you know what? That's fine. We're all human. The goal is just progress, not perfection. So be kind to yourself because tomorrow is always another day. So let's make this real. Don't try to overhaul everything all at once. That's a recipe for disaster. Just think about one small, totally doable swap you can make. Maybe it's having that glass of water first. Or maybe it's trading your usual afternoon cookie for a handful of almonds. What's the one thing you'll try tomorrow?